Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing great and staying safe at your places. So, class 12, today we will discuss a short composition question, that is advertisement writing. This question we have done in class 11 also. It's a 3 marks question, and the format, most of you must have known the format also, so it's just kind of a revision that we have done in our previous class. So, advertisement writing, basically what it is all about. As you all know, that advertisements, they are a sort of public notice asking for or offering services. If we are offering some kind of service, or we are asking for some kind of help or some kind of assistance from the other people, then when we have to approach to masses, when we have to approach to other people, so then we use this advertisement writing, and it can be in various categories. If we take, for example, like you are buying or selling property or goods, so they can be the furniture or the electronics items and various other things. And secondly, providing information about missing person or objects. So these are a few categories that I'm telling you here, but we will be discussing them in elaboration during this lecture. And most of the categories, most of the types we have discussed in online classes also. So please, I would suggest all of you just referring these two video lessons I'll be sending you based on this advertisement writing. Please do prepare your notes. That will be convenient for you to memorize the format of a particular kind of advertisement and then how it is written. So please do maintain your notes referring to these video lessons. Fine. So let us start with. Now the next thing comes, types of advertisements. Like I had told you earlier, there are two types of advertisements: classifieds and display. First, display, that is not included in your syllabus because that is just an extended part of the poster making. Fine. Like poster making, which you get as another short composition, that is just the extended part of that, where you give the information as well as using the pictures or the slogans that you can use here. So here we will be discussing only the classified advertisements which are given through local newspapers or the national newspapers, where we reach to other people or where we just send them, give them an opportunity where they can contact you. So a few of them we will be discussing here. First of all, the main characteristics of a classified advertisement. Number one, it is categorized into columns according to different class. Like I have told you, it can be the situation wanted. It can be about accommodation. It can be about some missing person. It can be about some kind of services that you are asking or you are providing. So it is categorized accordingly. Another thing which we have to keep in mind is, since I told you that it is published through newspapers and they charge you per word. Fine. So it should be very crisp, giving all the details. And here the word limit is 50 words. You should not exceed. You can just give the less the numbers, the less the money. That is the less space, it will be more economical because they just charge you per word. So you should just try to keep your message very short and crisp, which can give all the details. Then we have, it should be written in short phrases and words. We are not supposed to, we are not required to use the complete sentences like the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs or the modals, something like that. No. Only the information, it should be written in very short phrases and words, which is sufficient to convey your message. Fine. जो भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन देना चाहते हैं, इट शुड बी सफिशिएंट इनफ दैट यू आर कन्वेइंग दैट थ्रू वर्ड्स, नॉट द कंप्लीट sentences. Please do note down this point very clearly because this is a general mistake which students make. Now the next thing comes language. It should be very simple and concise. You should not, no need to use any articulative words, very decorative words. No, it should be simple and concise so that you can reach to many people. So the next comes the format. What is the format? Now first and foremost thing is that you have to give the specific column, for which particular column you want your advertisement to be published, whether it is a situation, whether it is accommodation, whether it is a missing person, or any coaching or any educational institute regarding that. So that you have to specify in the very beginning, and that too in the center. So this is specification that is written when you start the advertisement. Then all the information according to the column. So whatsoever you are publishing for, so all the details you have to add that. Another thing, class 12, as you know earlier also, that this specific column which we are talking about, this can be the, you can ask, just call it the title of the advertisement also. It should be written in bold capital letters in the very center, and you have to just put it in a box. The advertisement, it is always, all the short compositions, you have, just keep this thing in mind, that whenever you are writing any short composition, whether it is a notice or any advertisement or poster, that is to be, or the invitation, the fourth one is the invitation, that will be doing in the later half. And fine, so you have to put all the short compositions in a box. That is mandatory, that is part of a format, and the marks are deducted if you are not doing so. Fine, so please do take good care of that. Then we have to give all the information according to the column. And the next thing comes, full sentences are not required. As I told you, we have to just skip, we have to drop the auxiliary verbs or the helping verbs. Fine. Then ardent with word limit, that is 50 words. As I told you earlier also, that it should not exceed, it must not exceed 50 words. So that is your maximum limit. It can be less than that. So prefer to just keep it between 35 to 40 or 45. 35 to 45 is the proper range that you should keep it. And put advertisement in a box, which I told you earlier also, that is mandatory. So this is a part of the format. First you have to give the title, then all the details just attached to that particular column that you are publishing the advertisement. Then you must not use the full sentences. Then the word limit should be 50 words. Fine. And in the last and not the least, and the very important thing, that you have to put it in a box. Fine. So next thing comes which are the different types of classified advertisements. Situation vacant. This I have described during your online classes also, that we are doing these days. Situation vacant, you just associate it with the word vacant. Fine. Whenever there is any vacancy in any organization, in any institution, in any school, college, any office, they publish the advertisement that we have a vacancy. You please apply accordingly as per your qualification or whatsoever is required for the particular post. Please apply and get the job. So situation vacant is issued by the employers. इस चीज को प्लीज जस्ट कीप इन माइंड. देयर आर टू categories in a situation, this situation vacant and situation wanted. So please associate vacant with vacancy. Those who are having the vacancy, they publish, and it should come under the title situation vacant. Like any school, they need any teacher, they need any clerical staff, they need any receptionist, they will publish that so and so school, they require the there is a one position for the teacher or for the clerk, something like that. So they are publishing, so it will come under situation vacant. Second category in the same column comes, that is situation wanted. Wanted, where you want a job. When any person, he or she wants a job, You are a teacher, you have some qualification, you have moved to some new city, you are asking for any opportunity, any opening. So there you will give your advertisement that so and so teacher with so much experience and we need a job. So that is a situation wanted. I just hope that this difference is clear to you, because this is a general mistake that most of the students they make. So situation vacant, associate it with vacancy. Whenever there is vacancy, the employers, the person who is giving the job, he will publish this sort of advertisement. And another one is situation wanted, when you yourself want a job. Now the next category is to let, to give some property for a rent, to let, जहाँ आपको कोई चीज़ rent पर देना है. There also this is another category that we'll be discussing. Then we have property for sale and purchase. Again, if you are selling the property, you will say property on sale. If you want to purchase, or property for purchase. Fine. Next comes travel and tours. This is another, this is quite simple one, because it will be quite obvious when you'll read the question. So that if any tour and traveling company, they are offering any kind of a discount, so they are offering any particular excursions to particular countries or cities, that will be specified in the question. Most of the times the things they are specified in the question itself. But if it is not, then you have to generate all the details. They will simply write draft an advertisement and generate the details. So there you have to use your imagination, your creativity, but make sure that whatsoever information you are supplying, it should be logical. Fine. Like if you're talking about the tour and travels, if you are just taking any trip to, suppose, Nepal, that is a nearby country, Nepal, 5 days or 6 days, it should be, the prices should be nominal. It's not that for the Nepal you're asking for 5 lakhs for one person. So whatsoever details you are giving, that should be logical and it should be relevant. Fine. Next category is educational. Again, it can be some coaching or some private tuitions. It is based on that. Then we have business proposals. It can be any kind of partnerships, if somebody is offering, or they are selling their business due to as they have to move out of country or something like that. Then we have matrimonials. This is another kind which you must you have read in the newspaper also, that bride or bridegroom. That is another category that we will discuss. And the last in the list is, not the list, is lost and found. This is also you have been doing, I think, from class 6 or 7, so it is quite easier one. But the first 5 or 6 category, I would say class 12, that is important for your this is syllabus in class 12. Find, situation vacant, situation wanted, to let, property, travel and educational. They are the frequently asked advertisement that you have to do. Fine. So these are the different categories. Now next we come to the next thing, that is situation vacant. If we just take the first category, the essential details here will be, as I told you, begin with wanted and required. Either you have to write here wanted, it's, or required should be, or. Then we have a post to which candidate is required. Which post you are publishing, for which post. Either it is a reception job, or it is the clerical job, or any particular job that the portfolio, the profile of the person, that you have to just tell here. Then qualifications, experience, age, date of birth and gender. Now this is something that you have to mention here. Qualifications, what kind of qualification you are seeking for that particular job. Then experience, then age, date of birth. They just ask just to verify whether you have attained that particular age which is required. And the gender, whether you preferably asking for male or female candidate. Fine. Then salary offered, that also you have to specify, because it becomes convenient for the person who is seeking any job, whether he wants to approach or not. And perks promised, whatsoever you are offering. Then a scope of promotion, that any particular skill, basically specific skill like computer knowledge or communication skills, they will be preferred, or any perks if you are offering, so that also you can just mention. And mode of applying, how you have to apply, whether you have to send your applications to the front office or through email. If you're asking for email, you have to give the email address also, and that should be fictitious. You have to just simply use the cross or star at the rate gmail.com. Or if you are giving any contact number, that should contain some digits and some next fictitious number. Now, mailing address and contact number, this is the last requirement which you will be needed. Fine. So next, if we talk about situation wanted, these two I'll be discussing here. Next comes essential details. Again, it is an individual who seeks a job, यानी जिसको ज़रूरत है. Include the following essential details: qualifications and experience, but of course you will tell. Then age and gender you will tell. The nature of the job sought you will tell. And then comes minimum salary acceptable, and contact address and phone numbers. Rest of the things, they will remain the same. Fine. Now to let the next category, essential details, आप उसमें क्या ऐड करेंगे? Begin with wanted or available. Fine. So here, type of accommodation that you want, a brief description. Then we will be discussing in the property column, where you will get to know about that. Then rent expected, what rent you are expecting. Then contact address and phone, and this is all the details that we discuss here. And the next category that comes, sale and purchase of property, vehicles, household goods. Now it can be the property, the flat or any godown or any land. Then vehicles, it can be any old car or your scooter or your bicycle, something like that. Then household goods, it can be any electronic item or any furniture that you put on sale. And the details here will be: begin with for sale, purchase or available, wanted. Then we have type of accommodation, vehicle, household item, that you have to tell which type of, whether accommodation it is BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK, vehicle, which year it is, just to make of which year. Then household item, again in which condition it is. Then brief physical description you have to tell. In vehicles, you will tell the color or the make or the company, and same for the furniture and electronics items also. And then we have, if you are selling or purchasing the property, it will be size, floor, number of rooms, etc., fixtures and fitting, location and surroundings. Now these are a few details that you have to add in such kind of ads. Again, class 12, preferably I will just suggest you, please do make your notes. All the details you have to note it down. Just try to learn them by heart, so it becomes convenient for you. Otherwise, if you write just with your imagination, you will skip one point or the other and the marks will be deducted. So please make your notes and try to memorize the things which are to be needed to add in such advertisements, and rest of the things. Now next category is vehicle, where you tell about the model, year of manufacturing, color, accessories, etc. Then condition or mileage done. Then if we talk about the household goods, then it comes brand, model, year of manufacturing, that you have to tell, which I just told you. Then we have specify material in case of furniture, condition, etc. All the physical details you have to mention here. And of course the price that you are offering or you're expecting. Fine. So these are a few details that you have to mention. And then of course the contact address and the phone number also, that is to be mentioned in each and every advertisement that you are writing. Fine. So class 12, this was all about the first part of the advertisement. The rest of the categories I'll be discussing in the next lecture. So please just try to memorize all the 5 or 6 categories that we have discussed. Note down their details, and you have to learn them by heart. Fine. So till then, take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. God bless you all. Thank you so much.